Hi, my name is Ben Gerges. I've been attending Victory Church for 3 years, and here's my God story. I've been a Christian my whole life, at least in title, but honestly, my faith never meant anything to me, and without any foundation to stand on, it just kind of wore away over time until I was holding on to absolutely nothing, just going through the motions. At that point, I just couldn't fake it anymore. I was ready to give it up altogether, but I was appreciative of what that meant if I got this wrong. And so I prayed an earnest prayer asking God, if you are real, please reveal yourself to me, and I promise to seek you to as far as you are willing to show yourself. And at that point, it occurred to me, I've done nothing to seek him my whole life, so why should I expect him to just show up and dazzle me for my half-hearted amusement? If he exists, I should put in an effort to step towards him and see if he steps towards me. So I started taking my prayer life seriously instead of just shooting up half-hearted firecracker prayers when I was in desperate need of him. I made it a point to pray nightly and pray meaningful prayers, and I finally was starting to develop a faith foundation of my own, but it was still pretty shallow at that point. That's when the storms of life started coming in. On one particularly painful night, I was lying awake in my bed, just kind of rehashing the pain that I was going through at the time. And the pain was all I could focus on when all of a sudden an old worship song got stuck in my head. So it was the only thing I could think about other than pain. So I just lied awake singing the refrain of "Blessed be your name" in my head until I was able to drift off to sleep. The next morning was church, and to my surprise, we sang "Blessed be your name," and I was like, "Oh, that's kind of a cool coincidence." It's almost like God saying, "Hey, I see you." Well, fast forward a couple of months, and I'm now going through what was easily the most painful day of my life. And I'm once again lying in bed, trying to think of anything but the pain going through my head, when again an old worship song gets stuck in my head. And yet again, it's the only thing I can think of other than the pain that I'm rehashing. So I just lie awake in bed, singing "Remind Me Who I Am" to you on repeat until I finally pass out and go to sleep. Next morning is church. I still have that song stuck in my head, but this time as I walked through the church door, I had a strong sense that we were singing that song today in church. And I was right. As soon as the worship band struck the first chords to remind me who I am to you, I felt the tangible presence of God overcome me in the realest way I can possibly say it. I knew he saw me, I knew he loved me, and I knew he was as real as I ever needed him to be. And his presence stayed with me through the painful days that followed, literally carrying me through my deepest valley, and in the process freed me from lifelong strongholds of anger issues, addictions, and just a host of other things that just radically changed my life for the better in every way possible. And the Bible promises that if you draw near to God, he will draw near to you. I've lived that. I've seen it firsthand in my life, and I know what he's done for me, he can do for you too. That's my God story, and I look forward to hearing yours.